You wake up hungry. It's a bright morning in the Roman Empire, around the year 100. Your stomach is growling. So you do the most natural thing in the world. You go looking for breakfast, and you find nothing. No family around the table. No morning meal being cooked. The baker is baking, but not for now. That bread is for tonight. People are working, trading, arguing. Nobody is eating. And when you ask for a real morning meal, they look at you like you just said something shameful. Because in this world, there is one meal. It comes at the end of the day. Everyone knows it. Everyone waits for it. Eating all day long? That's not normal life. That's weakness. Maybe even a sin. So today's question: why did ancient humans eat once a day? Why did Romans think breakfast was shameful? Why did doctors warn against it for centuries? And who convinced you, yes you, personally, that you need 3 meals a day plus snacks? Because somebody did, and they were selling something. To find the answer, we need a Roman dinner table, a medieval list of sins, a factory whistle, and one of the most successful advertising campaigns in human history. Let's open the file. First, let's kill the big assumption. You probably think 3 meals a day is natural, biological, just how humans work. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. Surely that rhythm is built into your body somewhere. Except it isn't. Your stomach has no clock. Hunger comes from habit as much as from need. You are hungry at noon because you always eat at noon. The 3-meal schedule is not biology. It is culture. And for most of human history, that culture simply did not exist. Go back far enough before farms, and there was no schedule at all. Hunter-gatherers ate when the hunt succeeded, feasted when the berries ripened, and tightened their belts when the land gave nothing. The idea that food arrives at fixed hours, 3 times a day, every day, would have sounded like a fairy tale. Start with Rome. The Romans had one real meal, the cena. For centuries it sat around midday, then it slid toward the evening. It could be simple bread and lentils, or, if you were rich, a feast that lasted for hours. The Greeks before them lived the same way. A bit of bread dipped in wine at dawn, maybe some olives, and then nothing until the deep non, the evening meal, the one that counted. One meal built the day. Everything else was just getting through the hours. Yes, a Roman might grab a piece of bread with olives in the morning, or a bit of cheese standing up at midday. Roman cities even had thermopolia, hot food counters where workers grab a quick bite standing up. But nobody called that a meal. That was fuel, like drinking a glass of water. The meal, the real one, happened once. And before you picture misery, understand, the one meal could be glorious. A wealthy Roman cena was a whole evening. Courses of fish, roasted meats, fruit, wine, conversation, sometimes until late in the night. They did not eat less than you out of poverty. They compressed all of it into one spectacular event. And eating more than that, the Romans had opinions. Roman moralists praised a man who ate once a day as disciplined and serious. Stuffing yourself from morning to night was for gluttons and barbarians. Your eating schedule was a statement about your character. Fast forward to the Middle Ages, and it gets even stricter, because now gluttony is not just bad manners. It is one of the 7 deadly sins. And eating early in the morning, before any work was done, looked exactly like gluttony. The respectable medieval schedule had 2 meals. Dinner, the big one, served shockingly early, late morning by our standards. And supper, something light before dark. That was it. That was a full, proper, virtuous day of eating. A 3rd meal in the morning was not on the menu. It was a moral failure. Medieval doctors backed it up. Eating before your previous meal was digested? Dangerous, they said. Morning food was tolerated for the people who truly needed it. Laborers in the fields, children, the old, the sick. A healthy adult who ate at dawn was suspect. Notice the logic. Food at dawn was not a pleasure. It was a tool for hard labor. A plowman who had swung a scythe since sunrise earned his morning bread and ale. A lord who slept until 8 did not. If you did not burn it, you did not deserve it. Imagine explaining brunch to these people. Even our word for it remembers this world. Breakfast literally means to break the fast. The fast was the default. The normal state of a human being was not eating. Sit with that for a second. For your ancestors, hunger between meals was not an emergency. It was just daytime. So what changed? Not medicine, not biology, work. In the Industrial Revolution, millions of people left their farms and walked into factories. And factories run on clocks. A factory shift is 12 hours of machines that never pause. You cannot graze all day like a farmer. So you eat before the whistle, breakfast. You eat in the short break, lunch. You eat when you stagger home, dinner. 3 meals, stamped into humanity by the factory clock. The new schedule spread from the factory floor to every dining room. The wealthy Victorians turned breakfast into a ceremony, with silverware and newspapers. City workers invented the light midday luncheon, because home was too far to reach. Within 2 or 3 generations, the 3-meal day stopped looking like an invention. It started looking like nature. And then came the masterstroke. The part of this story nobody tells you. In 1917, a cereal company needed to sell more cereal. Cereal is eaten at breakfast. So the company of John Harvey Kellogg started spreading a simple, brilliant slogan. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Read it again. That sentence, the one your parents told you, the one printed in your head since childhood, started life as a cereal advertisement. It worked so well that in 1944, another cereal brand, Grape Nuts, ran radio ads announcing that nutrition experts say breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Around the same era, a public relations genius hired by a bacon company convinced America that a heavy bacon and eggs breakfast was the healthy choice. The modern morning was built by salesmen. And the machine did not stop at 3 meals. The 20th century invented something even ancient gluttons never imagined: the snack. Chocolate bars for energy, chips for the afternoon, cookies for the road. Eating between meals, the exact behavior Rome called shameful and the church called sinful, became an industry worth billions. Now look at your own day through ancient eyes. Coffee and a pastry when you wake. A snack at 11. Lunch. Something sweet at 4. Dinner. Something salty on the couch. 6 feeding moments in one day. To a Roman moralist, you are not living your best life. You are the barbarian from the old warnings. So let's put the whole story together. Ancient humans ate once a day because food took work, because their culture praised restraint, and because nothing in the human body demands 3 meals. Then factories chopped the day into shifts. Then advertisers filled the gaps with products. Your eating schedule is an industrial artifact with a marketing layer on top. And here's the twist that should make you smile. Today, millions of people pay for apps, books, and coaches to practice something they call intermittent fasting, eating once or twice a day in a narrow window. The cutting edge of modern wellness is almost exactly a normal Tuesday in ancient Rome. So no, your ancestors were not starving. They were not primitive. They looked at food the way their whole world told them to. And so do you. The only difference is who is doing the telling. For them, it was philosophers and priests. For you, it is a cereal box. Tomorrow's file. Your great-great ancestors did not just eat less than you. They moved more, a lot more. Roman soldiers had to march 20 miles in 5 hours, carrying their house on their back, or they were out. Why could everyone walk 20 miles a day? And what happened to us? Subscribe and find out tomorrow.